Hello and welcome everybody to this story time video. Today I'm going to share some very personal stories of mine that's going to share lessons that's going to completely transform your life. A lot of people ask me the question, how is it that I know all the knowledge that I know? I started at the age of 19 as a teacher and now I'm 31. So over the last 11 years, this question has come up a lot. How do I know all of these things? So today I'm going to share with you the entire story, the entire journey, as well as, well, not only the teachers have made a big difference in my life, but also the lessons that created the life I'm living, but also transforms the students of our academy who learn the same lesson. So today you're going to get the whole gyan for free. So if you're a serious seeker of knowledge that will transform your life, this video is it. This is it. This is for you. Don't click away. So hello and welcome. My name is Kartika Nair and you're watching Synchroshakti. So the journey actually begins for me when I was born. I was born hypersensitive, so I felt everything. The first thing that I noticed when I came here in this life is that there was tremendous amounts of seriousness and people had become very hardened. Compassion, love, kindness was totally out of the door. I grew up in the 90s in North India. Of course, there was pockets of compassion everywhere, but where I grew up, everything was very serious, especially around school, education, academics. There was a lot of pressure on people at all ages, and there was no easiness. There was a lot of suffering, essentially. And I knew that inside of all of us, we're all pure love, and we all, as kids, we grow up, we know when we are children that we are pure love. But somewhere our pure loving essence, joy, connection, kindness gets kind of kicked out of us, and we get into competition and school and performance and anxiety and self-worth connected to academics. So I grew up kind of knowing that there was far more to life than the suffering, that the walls of suffering that we basically grew up in, especially in our society where everybody's suffering, granddad, grandmother, mother, father, everybody. I wanted out. In the beginning, my way of wanting out of suffering was not, as you guys know what that might be, but later on I became a seeker of knowledge to get out of suffering. How could I get myself out of pain? So my journey started with a lot of books initially, but when I was 14, the famous movie The Secret came up. And when I learned The Secret, it resonated with me immediately because I knew it as a child. I knew law of attraction was a thing. I just did not know the word law of attraction. I used to believe in fairies, thing like that was real. But the world did not know it. So it invalidated my belief. It became like a stupid belief that reality and magic is actually real. That you can create your reality. But as I learned about The Secret, I knew it was real and I started applying it. So I was able to apply it for smaller things like getting a seat on the bus or getting into the college that I wanted, or specific class doesn't take place. But when it came to the bigger things like making friends, having success with music and competitions or doing well, everything would go opposite. Nothing would work out. People would leave at the last minute. Whatever worked out would last minute stop working out. And I attracted so much of absolute bizarre experiences, negative experiences in my, especially in my, let's say 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 age time, I attracted the most weirdest experiences because, and then at that point you'd think, okay, law of attraction doesn't work, but it works because a big part of that whole equation, which I did not know at the time, was healing. So over my life of a lot of conflict that I had with people, a lot of depression, a lot of mental health issues, being completely like fish out of water, being born here. From childhood, I was very interested in things like metaphysics and mystical things and life on other planets, and I was what you would call as a total cuckoo case. I was like that from childhood. Paranormal things, that was my major interest. So growing up like in the world that totally thinks you're cuckoo, I developed a lot of issues, self-esteem issues, a lot of depression, a lot of conflict. So because I had so much of trauma, I was bullied, physically bullied, mentally bullied. I grew up into a very dysfunctional adult, and so when I was trying to do law of attraction work, the opposite was manifesting because my subconscious was full of self-limiting beliefs, but also so much of trauma that ease and happiness and joy and all that I was born with was totally out of the window, and conflict and things not working out and suffering became my normal. So that is what I was attracting when I began my law of attraction journey. And that suffering mounted and mounted and mounted and eventually manifested into a anxiety disorder called panic disorder. So I went 3 years on a long journey of going from healer to healer, place to place to try to heal my panic disorder because I had severe anxiety disorders. Uh, I couldn't touch the disorder until I came across one of the most core teachers in my life, which is Eckhart Tolle and his teachings on self-inquiry, which is mindfulness. When I learned about that, the greatest lesson I learned was about the emotional pain body. When you heal the emotional pain body, you heal your life. So a big part of why I manifested the life that I have right now, and it's autopilot. I don't do a lot of manifestation work. I do healing work, and because of healing, the miracles are always pouring, and it's a beautiful thing to wake up every morning to a miracle. Something beautiful that happens that blows your mind, because you're kind of like an open channel. When you're blocked from inside, you can't even see the miracles in your way. When you get out of your way, the miracles are apparent to you everywhere that you go. So the biggest lesson that I learned from mindfulness is that the world is a mirror of your emotions. You don't shoot the messenger, you hear the message. So the world is just a mirror of you. So as you start healing, the world heals. So no matter who you're struggling with right now, they're just a mirror. No matter how much you want to throw your crap on them, go back inside and do your healing, and the world heals along with you. It's a very beautiful principle. Heal your emotional pain body. That is one of the biggest lessons that I learned. Then, because I knew that the layers of healing was very, very deep. I had to go at an inner child level. I had to understand the traumas that I faced as a child. So I got very interested in what Dr. Hewlett would call as Yoni Hipili, like the subconscious, the inner child. So I started studying Teal Swan's courses. Of course, she has a lot of videos. She's pretty controversial, but I'm a seeker, so I wanted to understand. So I did her courses on self-love, and I cannot tell you, one of the biggest lessons that I took back from studying teachers like Teal Swan is your value always remains the same. Just because you were born into a family that did not value your uniqueness, or born into a society that did not value your sensitivity or did not value your natural being, does not mean that you're not valuable. So your value always remains the same, no matter who rejected you, who made you feel ashamed. It was their stuff. It was your value never changed. So as children, we look at other people's reactions to define who we are. So when other people reacted based on their emotional pain, their conditioning, their needs, which had nothing to do with us, we took the reaction and made it about us and said, this is who we are. We're not good enough. But we've always been good enough. We've always been light of God, divine energy. Just because somebody else couldn't see it doesn't mean that's not who you are. So your value never changes. That was the second lesson I learned through teachers like that. The third lesson, of course, is something that fuels my lifestyle, and I basically am huge. I'm into traveling. I can work from any part of the world. I'm very, very financially free at a very young age. Money and me are very, very best friends. The money lessons I learned from teachers like Catherine Ponder, John Assaraf. One of my all-time favorites is Denny Stuffield and Amanda Francis, teachers like that. And of course, Ken Honda taught us, and Gikandi, I forget his, Cameron Gikandi. They teach about money being an emotion, love. You can love money or you can fear money. Based on that, you know whether you're attracting it or repelling it. So understanding wealth consciousness, the greatest lesson is money is love. The more you feel love for money, the more appreciation you have for money, the more it pours in your life. The more loving thoughts you have about people who owe you money or the people who give you money, the more money you have in life. Money is completely related to your heart and the emotions of your heart, which is love or fear, depending on where you vibrate. So money consciousness is a great lesson that we learned from beautiful teachers like this. I'm looking at my notes here. Talking about wealth consciousness, career. Now, I live obviously the best job in the world, which is a teacher. For me, it is like manna from heaven. When I'm doing what I'm doing, I feel like there is no time. I'm absolutely high off of what I do, and that's an understatement. But I found this career, and I'll tell you how. When I was leaving college, I wanted to be a organic farmer. So I wanted to be a farmer when I was leaving college, and I did a triple major in media studies, psychology, and literature. And I wanted to be a farmer because I was so done with people and all the pain that I felt by the hands of people. Although now I don't believe that. I know that suffering is self-created. But at the time, I used to blame everybody else for my suffering. So I wanted to get so far away from people that I thought being far in the fields, away from humanity, would be my way to kind of live this life, away from, Babylon system and all of those things. That was my idea, or become a rock star. I wanted to be, Pink Floyd tribute artist, Kula Shaker tribute artist, or be like a Kirtan rock artist. I still have dreams of being, having a big career in music, and I will do that eventually. But at the time, that was my option. So I didn't know that this is going to be my career. But I wanted to, when I left college, I didn't want to go to the city. I wanted to be with people who were like me, kind of cuckoo people who believed in life, in the universe outside of Earth, and who believed in metaphysics, and who believed in law of attraction. And I wanted to hang around with people like me who I could be myself with. And I manifested a job with exactly those people. And they introduced me to the world of personal development by taking me to a seminar by this person named Nick Halleck. He was another angel who came in the form of a teacher and taught me. This guy, I'll tell you, when Nick was a kid, 8 years old, he was like one of those bubble kids, so many health issues, he couldn't leave his room. And he would look out of the window and see all these kids playing, and he made this list. The doctors told him he could not have a normal life, but he said, watch me. He made a list as an 8-year-old child of everything he wanted to accomplish in life. And I'm not talking about a small list, I'm talking about a batshit crazy list, like sleeping in some pyramid tomb, going into an active volcano, going under the sea to have lunch at the Titanic, becoming a rock star, going on onto outer space being an astronaut. At age 8, he made that list, and guess what he did? He grew up and did exactly that. He did all of that on that list. And the reason why that was such a huge deal for me is because it showed me that no matter what your past is, you could be the most toxic, you could have had the most toxic, broken, horrible life. But in this instant, everything can turn around because you decided to turn it around and make it what you want to. And up until that point, when I was sitting in the audience, I was knee deep in panic disorder. I was completely, I remember my bosses telling me I had such a dark energy because I was so full of pain. And if someone can come from that much pain and flip their life around, I had to try that out. And that's when I decided to get into personal development strongly and become a personal development coach and trainer. So he actually is instrumental in my career. After him, that event was hosted by Success Gyan, which is India's #1 training company. They introduced T. Harv Eker to us, to the Indian audience. T. Harv Eker's MMI, Millionaire Mind Intensive. I went to those trainings. I went to train the trainer. I went to make the stage. I spent, 15 lakhs on all of that training to train myself to develop, because the greatest lesson that you learn in your success journey is success is completely a game of self-concept. Who you are, who you think you are. You can try everything to make money, get successful, make things happen, but if you don't believe that you are that person who you want to be already, it doesn't work. So you have to change who you are. You have to develop yourself as the person first, then life follows. So investing in all of these courses essentially was investing in me becoming more of me, like the tapping into the essential genius that we all have. So these were the trainers, T. Harv Eker and his programs, all of that made a big difference. And then came Ho'oponopono. So I learned Ho'oponopono from Dr. Joe Vitale, and of course through him, Dr. Hugh Len and Mabel Katz and all of these people. what I learned from Ho'oponopono, essentially, the biggest lesson is that the universe is always showering you with miracles and blessings. That's the nature of the universe, is unconditional abundance. But it's our junk that's getting in the way. So as you clean yourself, you become a conduit for miracles and beauty all the time. So keep cleaning. Whether you use mindfulness to heal your traumas, or whether you use Ho'oponopono or EFT, keep cleaning, because the universe is giving and you just need to get out of the way to receive. So that's one of the biggest lessons. And I used to, when you are active with Ho'oponopono or mindfulness or any of this healing, even though it's not an easy journey because you're feeling the pain to heal the pain, you wake up to a lot of miracles every morning. It's a beautiful feeling when you wake up and you see your phone or you see the world around you and something beautiful happens. And that happens as a result of getting cleaner and cleaner every day. Talking about doctors, we have another doctor, Dr. Joe Dispenza, who is another beautiful teacher. His book, I've read every book of his, but the most famous book, Becoming Supernatural, was my first introduction to Dr. Joe Dispenza. I've studied his courses as well. In fact, everyone I mentioned here, I've studied some course or the other. I've paid for their content because that's how I get accountable to doing the work. Joe Dispenza, the biggest thing I took back from him is, if you're trying to create a specific reality, you cannot entertain counter thoughts that do not align with the vision that you're asking for. So he, when he was healing his spine on his own, the doctor said he wouldn't come out for months. He kind of came out within like weeks, right? He reconstructed his own spine after a horrible accident. And every time there was a thought that said that he couldn't do it, he would take it out of his mind and not entertain it. That has made such a huge difference in me attracting some of the most impossible things in my life. If you look at man's rules, a lot of what I have I should not have, but I go with the God's rules. God has no limits to what is possible, and that's why these things happen to me all the time. Possibilities are endless. I mean, I cannot tell you how many times I have created things, and in man's rules you cannot do it, but in divine's rules you can do it. And every time a thought comes that you cannot do it because nobody else has done it, or legally this is not possible, or government doesn't mandate this, I have done it anyway because I didn't entertain that thought. That's something I learned from Dr. Joe Dispenza. Finally, I will end with one more. There are hundreds of teachers, but I think this one book made a huge difference. This one is Cybernetics. Maxwell Maltz. I cannot tell you enough about this book purely because I told you success is completely dependent on your self-concept. Now, I grew up with the self-concept of being bullied and less than and powerless and broken and small and too insignificant and too stupid and too incapable and too small because I'm physically small, and I kept feeling like I was me against the world. I grew up with that. Now I'm trying to gain success. Your subconscious won't allow it because last minute it will pull success out of your hands if you're not aligned to that success. So I had to reconstruct my sense of self from scratch at a subconscious level in order to have things work out for me and work out for me beautifully. That I learned from the works of Maxwell Maltz, especially his book Cybernetics. So all of these things that I've mentioned, Joe Dispenza, all these teachers, all the courses, all of this knowledge, it's not only the books and teachers and trainings that got wisdom in my head, it was life experiences that actually made me realize this wisdom. It wasn't theoretical knowledge, it was actually understanding, okay, relationships are here to make you conscious, not to make you happy. Go within, heal yourself. When you heal yourself, the world is showering you with love. When you don't heal yourself, the world is showering you with crap. Heal yourself, right? This was lessons that I had to figure out on my own, but these were the teachers who guided me on that path. So recently we had Teachers' Day, right? Guru Purnima. And it was also my birthday, June 30th, last month. So I sat down with my team and I was asking this question. As a way to honor our students for my 31st is a brand new chapter of life. How can I give back more than we're already giving back? So we had discussed, we said, okay, it's Guru Purnima, it's time to do something for our students, especially those on YouTube. Because we do so much for our academy students, but we do barely much for our YouTube audience. So here is what we had decided as a brand is we want to, as a special thank you for you guys, as a thank you gift from on my birthday, And as Guru Purnima, I want to give you all three things. Firstly, for the 5 biggest best-selling courses of our academy, these are the courses that create miracles. You guys already may have heard hundreds of case studies of our academy students. These are the courses that create miracles for people day in and day out. Firstly, we are giving 20% off. I'm not giving this for free, because if I gave it for free, I do absolutely no favors to anybody. So we are firstly giving 20% off to 5 of our best courses, including Living in Freedom, which is, if you've ever heard testimonials of this course, we have thousands of them. This is a course based on mindfulness, self-inquiry. So this is the course that eliminates all forms of suffering from your being. And this is the course that has the highest success rate. We're giving 20% off. A lot of people want this course but cannot afford it. So we're giving 20% off, but that's not it. Those people who are buying any of these 5 courses, even our cheap courses at 20% off, like Intention Ceremony, which is 4 hours of deep intention ritual work. We also have MMMC, which is 11 months of manifestation daily guidance, like 90-minute guided classes every day for 11 months. All of that 20% off we're giving you. Firstly, that is one. That is our gift to you as a birthday gift. But also, I'm getting all of these people, no matter which course you buy, the cheap one or the expensive one, but they're all 20% off. You will get into a Telegram group for 1 month with me and my team. We will be answering your questions for an entire month on the Telegram group. Personally, we want to give this back to you guys as a gift. And also, right now I'm not on desk, but when I get on desk, we'll be doing a live class only for those people who are buying this 20% off birthday thing. We're doing a live class where I'll be answering your questions live. This is our way of community building. This is our way of giving back. This is our way of connection and answering people's questions, making it easier for them to gain the knowledge that they need for their lives and turn it into something absolutely miraculous. So if that is something that's calling you to be part of that Telegram group, to be in that live class, to get 20% off on our best-selling courses, also the highest success rate courses, you can find the link in the description. But the power of a teacher who's living the truth, living the knowledge. I'm not tooting my horn, but I'm just telling you I've done it before you. I can hold your hand through it. So in case you are looking at this as just another personal development thing, I would like you to think twice, because there is personal development and then there is heart. And from the heart comes knowledge that comes through experience. And these are things you can't learn in a textbook. So if you're looking to learn through experiences and stories, come join our academy, and I look forward to seeing you in that Telegram group and live in that class. So what were the lessons that I shared with you that you enjoyed? Please comment below and let me know what lessons I shared with you today that helped you. What books or trainers or teachers have helped you in your life? Comment that below as well. I'd also like to check out your recommendations. Let me know in the comments. Now I'll just put it all together. So Law of Attraction taught that you can attract your destiny, but it also taught that you've got to heal yourself, and that's where mindfulness comes in. Eckhart Tolle taught that as you heal your emotional pain body, your whole world heals, because life is a reflection of your emotions. And don't shoot the messenger, hear the message, go within and heal. Self-love taught us that your value always remains the same no matter who says otherwise. The teachings of money consciousness, wealth consciousness, teaches us that money is pure emotion of love. The more love you bring to your money journey and towards money, the more money you attract. Then teachers like Dr. Hugh Len, Dr. Joe Vitale taught us that Ho'oponopono is like cleaning the conduit. The more you clean, the more miracles you can expect. Then teachers like Maxwell Maltz taught us that as you change your self-concept, who you are at a subconscious level, you completely change the heights that you can go in life. Teachers like Nick Halleck taught us that no matter what your past is, your future can be as brilliant as you possibly can imagine it to be. Teachers like programs like Success Gyan, which is T. Harv Eker's programs, taught us that you have some brilliant genius inside of you, and you can absolutely tap into that. I'm not affiliated to any of these people. I'm not selling any affiliate courses of them. I'm sharing my journey as it is. And the biggest lesson of them all was Eckhart Tolle. Like I said, the world is a mirror of your emotions. As you heal your emotions, you heal your life. Your emotions are not your enemy. You feel them to heal them. And finally, let's see, what else did I miss? I think the biggest lesson of this whole journey has been just as you are right now, You can be successful. Just as you are right now, you deserve every good thing in the world. Just as you are right now, you deserve love. Just as you are right now is perfect. There is only heart, and if you live by your heart will bring you to beautiful places. So that is it. I love you all, and those who are availing the 20% birthday offer that's going on. So this offer is going on till the end of July. It is just a birthday thing, 30 days from my birthday, so June 30th to July 30th. If you're called for 20% off and join the Telegram group, this is a brand new group, and join the live class Q&A. Go ahead and find the link in the description. Comment below what you thought. Like this video if you liked it, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. I love you. Bye.